All right, 9 minutes before 11 o'clock. Have you ever wished you had a cool name? This guy's got a cool name. Ace Atkins. That is just a cool name. Think that was his birth name? Ace is known as the Deep South's true detective. He's a former newspaper reporter, a contributor to the Wall Street Journal, Outside, Garden and Gun. Oh, I like that one. Garden and Gun. Men's Journal. He was nominated for every major award in crime fiction, including the Edgar Award 3 times, and a New York Times bestselling author in his own right, of course, obviously. His new one is called The Fallen. It is a Quinn Coulson suspense crime novel. I know some of you are fans because you've called in to ask about him, and here he is right now. Ace Atkins with the cool name. Good morning, Ace. How are you?
Oh. Oh, my gosh.
You know, we had a call from Tokyo earlier.
Yes, we did.
It was perfectly clear. The signal was unbelievable. Now, I think I have figured
Here
out.
he is.
I have figured out the problem with the phones.
Yes. Here's our guy.
They use conference calls. That girl from Tokyo called us directly.
That's right.
I think you're back. Ace, are you back? Oh, see now. See, this is what happens. Now, see. Now we're getting connected. Ace, are you there?
I am here. I'm here.
Oh my gosh! See what happens?
Yeah.
I gave you a great intro, but you didn't hear any of it. Where are you right now?
I trust it was just spectacular.
It was.
It was.
I was even complimenting you on your name. You got a cool name, Ace Atkins.
And then you hear nothing. You're like, did I offend him? What happened to that guy?
Yeah, that's every time that happens. I think I offended you. Yeah.
I am here in Oxford, Mississippi, but I am very familiar with your area in Ocala. I used to work many years ago for the Tampa Tribune, so I used to cover stories up that way.
Oh, nice. So
beautiful, one of the most beautiful places in Florida. I know Ocala very well.
In your journalism days, when you had to do a story that kind of was like a detective story, did it spark something in you? I could do better. I could write something that was fictional that was more exciting.
Yeah, it almost worked the other way. It was usually things I would read in fiction were not as exciting as the things that I would find out when I was covering in real life. And, I think that's the goal of the writer, is really to write most authentically as you can about the real world. And I found a lot of stuff that I was reading, a lot of crime novels or whatever, where I could tell the people hadn't gone out. They didn't really even know cops. They didn't know real criminals. They didn't know things that were going on. And I had the privilege for many years of working for the Tampa Tribune and covering all that stuff and covering Central Florida. And there is no shortage of crazy stuff going on in that area. So it was good training.
What is at the heart of crime? Is it money? Is it drugs? Is it sex? What is at the heart of it all? What
all the above.
Really?
All of the above.
And they all
that's pretty much it.
They all sound like ingredients to what we consider a good like a detective type of a story.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think that the thing about writing a crime novel as opposed to just a big thriller or a mystery novel or a whodunit or whatever, a crime novel, really the only criteria you have is there is a crime committed. There are people who have done some bad things, and there's a question of are they going to get caught or where they're going to go, and that's really, for me, is to really not to write something like formally stylized kind of book, but really write something that's true to life and true to the kind of stuff that I saw when I was a newspaper reporter. And so, but I think that those ingredients, that's what makes it exciting. I mean, you can read a book about real life people trying to get away with crimes and really high stakes, or you can read about people sitting in wine country crying about their life. So I tend to go more towards the grittier kind of more realistic worldview. I think if I lived in wine country sipping wine, I think I wouldn't have a problem in the world.
That's funny.
And that's what makes your book really fascinating, because it is so true to life, and it really is, to use the cliche, page turner, because it is very fascinating.
Yeah, and I think, again, when I was a reporter and I cover these stories, is, hopefully it draws you in because you want to know more about these people and you want to see what's going to go on and what's going to happen next. And as a writer, that's what I want to do. I want you to be turning those pages. I want you to be engrossed in the novel. If it's not entertaining, what's the use of it? That's what a novel is for. It is to, inform, entertain, and it should not be, you shouldn't feel like you're eating your vegetables.
And it really makes the reader more aware that they need to keep tabs on their daughters and their children in general.
Yeah, it's there's I saw that when I went in and when I was working in Tampa, and there are things that that would happen that just would be horrible, and they still stay with me. I mean, the events and people that I've known and things that I've seen and people that I came across and I wrote about, and hope to never have to encounter that stuff again. But I think really, sometimes storytelling is, sometimes people encounter some really rough stuff and go through rough events, whether it's on the high seas or it's, a big adventure or whatever, but it's about getting through it and prevailing. And hopefully at some point, I think broadly, hopefully the good triumphs over evil. I do believe in that.
You've written so many books. I just found this one on Amazon. It says it is released tomorrow. So this isn't even out yet.
Nope, it's not. It'll be out. I bet it's probably on display at your local Barnes & Noble. You probably can find it. I don't think they're too tough on that stuff. But yeah, it'll be released nationally tomorrow. It's already out, I think, in the UK and Australia, but the U.S. states are tomorrow, and it is out everywhere where fine books are sold. So
we're celebrating things made in America today, and obviously you are an author who makes your books in America.
Yep, so that's right.
It's all part of what this country's about. Give us, if you could, a thumbnail sketch or like a movie trailer version of the story, and Quinn Coulson also. Quinn is a reoccurring character, correct?
Yeah, it's on the front. You'll see a Quinn Coulson novel, but it's really about several different characters. It's really an ensemble piece. If you think about it, like you're talking about it like a film, Quinn is one of the characters. He's the sheriff of the town, but we're also dealing with a team of bank robbers that are hitting these small banks in rural areas across Memphis area and Tennessee and Alabama, and right in the heart of things. And you're also dealing with the disappearance of these two girls in this rural community that no one seems to actually care about. But Quinn is the focal point because he is the sheriff, but we're also dealing with issues with his sister, who is, it's a bit of a family drama, who has had some personal failings in her life and finally got back on her feet and found some kind of purpose, and also his relationship with his mother, who is a single parent and dealing with this absentee father and a lot of, things, bad feelings from the past, but also there's a woman that is kind of the kingpin of North Mississippi that's running a lot of the action, both politically and both criminally. And so it's, if you like series television and Game of Thrones and Deadwood and that kind of stuff, that's the sense of that world. It just is taking place in modern day.
It's an excellent read. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Our sports people here say you also were a football player.
I was a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. I played football. I played at Auburn back in the 90s.
Wow, well, look at that. All right, I have a copy of the book. It doesn't come out till tomorrow, but you can get yours today, right now. Just call me, and it'll be waiting for you on the desk. The rest of us have to go buy it. And Ace, I found it on Amazon, but I'm guessing it's everywhere books are sold. So the only question, I guess, is, do you have a website?
Oh, of course. Well, of course I do. You can go to aceatkins.com, but you can also find me on Facebook as well. And the good thing about having a crazy name like Ace Atkins, there's not two of us. There's only one Ace Atkins. So you can find me on Facebook and Instagram and all that good stuff.
All right. Ace, thank you for taking time out of your day to be with us today, and come back with the next book.
Thanks, guys. Best to Ocala.
All right, thank you. We will take a little break. Be right back.